Welcome to PRV Iyer Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to PRV Iyer Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Good morning to you all. Good evening to my friends who are in the other time zone. Let's start today's class with Thiruvalluvar's two-liner on rain. விண்ணின்று பொய்ப்பின் விரிநீர் வியன் உலகத்து உள்நின்று உடற்றும் பசி. Let's look at the meaning first and I'll also explain in English. பருவகாலத்தில் மழை பெய்யாது தவறுமானால் பெரிய கடலால் சூழப்பட்ட இவ்வுலகில் பசி நிலைத்து நின்று உயிர்களை வருத்தும். If you do not get monsoon rains or seasonal rains, you will be affected, even which is our whole world is surrounded by the sea. You will be haunted by hunger, and that's what Thiruvalluvar says. With this note on rain, we'll get into the class. Today I'm going to teach you very interesting phrases, and it is also going to be enjoyable because I'm going to introduce you a puzzle game. Isn't this interesting? So you're going to play games using these phrases, short phrases. I'm going to introduce few and you're going to compose your own combination of phrases and come out with innovative thoughts. That's the beauty of today's class. Let's go with the first 4-syllable word, which is called takutiku. The word you hear is called takutiku. That's the sound you hear, but notationally how you've got to play is ta, ki, ta, ki. In other words, I have notated all my syllables, which is 1, 3, 4, 3. So 1, 3, 4, 3 is the combination for takutiku. You can't taki, you can't tell it faster. The positional, as I repeatedly told you, only the hearing way you have to tell as konakol. The way you play using the fingering techniques, it's very difficult for you to express yourself in that form. So I want you to always tell when you express, you will have to tell it differently. When you play, you have to translate into the mridangam language and then play it. So takutiku has got two forms. The first form is using the tha. Even using the dum, it's still takutiku. So we will learn the first form. So that is the first form. Same, instead of tha, go with the dum now. This is also takutiku. Now, separately you have to practice to get the familiarity because it's a roller. Your fingers are moving because kitaki is a mover. It's something like as you pedal the cycle, your hands are getting familiarized with the movement. So you have to keep practicing it, and let's slowly start at the lower speed and see the beauty as we go up the higher speed. Same thing, when you play with dum, it also sounds like this. when you start with dum, when you play the takutiku, you have to end with dum. When you start with tha, takutiku, you have to end with tha. Positionally, it is tha ki, 1 3 4 3, or dum ki ta ki, which is, the notation for ki ta ki is 5 6 and 5. So 1 5 6 5 and 3 5 6 5. So that is the notation you have to use for taki taki and dumki taki. Let me repeat. Notationally, it is 1 5 6 5. Again 3 5 6 5. This is the combination of takutiku. So now this has got a beautiful exercise. I'll teach you an exercise how you can make it more rhythmic. One time you play with dum and 3 times you play with tha. Dumki taki 1 time and thaki taki 3 times. It is a 4 phrase. Like that you have to play. Where the combination, though I am telling repeatedly the same phrase, the way you have to play is dumki taki, taki taki, taki taki, taki taki. Again you repeat dumki taki, taki taki, taki taki, taki taki. That's the first phrase. The second way how you can play is 1 time dumki taki and 1 time taki taki. Dumki taki, taki taki, dumki taki, taki taki, dumki taki, taki taki, dumki taki, taki taki, taku tiku, 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 taku tiku. Now if you notice, when I express, I go with the up and down. So because there is a difference. You play with dum and then with tha. You have to show the distinction that you are playing with 2 different syllables. You can't play in the same place. So that is the second combination. The third combination is the reverse. Start with tha and dum 3 times. Thaki taki, dhumki taki, dhumki taki, dhumki taki, thaki taki, dhumki taki, dhumki taki, dhumki taki. Like that you should get the speed and the flow. Again, another combination, thaki taki, dumki taki, thaki taki, dumki taki, thaki taki, dumki taki, thaki taki, dumki taki. Now, you have to play now all these forms together. When you play, it will sound like this. I will teach you I will produce the lesson form so you can look at it, listen to this, and then you can practice. Okay? The full varied 4 different forms. The first form. This is the first form. The second form, alternate. Form starting from tha. Fourth form, alternate starting from tha. These are the 4 different forms. When you play 4 different forms together in a cycle, you will hear the same phrase sounding so differently. Let's see how it is. it's like a train journey. You keep going, and you get the familiarity of the rotation. So that's the beauty of this lesson. Let's now get into another beautiful phrase which is called dhimikita, which is the positionally it is ta ki, 6-5 ta ki, 1 and 5, 6-5-1-5. This is another small 4-syllable phrase. I'm going to go with the third phrase, which is called junutaka. Junutaka is dum ki ta dum. Dum. Junutaka starts with dum, which is 3 notationally, 5, 6, again it ends with dum. It is a little trickier here. It starts with dum and ends with dum. So you have to be very careful. So when we are playing this phrase continuously, how to demarcate it, that's important, because it starts with dum, ends with dum. You can't play with the same the force. The first dum should be either fast or it can be slow. The last dum can be a little different, than the emphasis can be a little different. What I mean is the emphasis what is given for both the dum should be different. When I start by giving the dum lot of force, when I do the last dum kita, dum kita, dum kita. So you show clearly that you are starting the phrase. Don't play like a prose, play like a poetry. Like that. This is another phrase. It's called junutaka. Last class you also learned a 4-syllable phrase which is takadina in 2 different forms. Ki dum dum ki, ta dum dum ki. So now we have been looking at 4-syllable phrases. Let me recall what all we have looked at so far. Takadina in 2 different forms. Ki dum dum ki, ta dum dum ki. Then we saw takutiku, how you have to start with dum, dum ki, ta ki, ta ki, ta ki, positionally we saw that. Then we saw, I introduced you dhimikita, ta, starting with ta, which is 6 from the notation 6, ta ki, ta ki, ta ki, ta ki. We saw that one. Then I introduced junutaka, which is a combination of dum ki, ta dum. The starting and ending vowel is the same, which is dum, and the dum emphasis has to be given more for the first dum, and so that when you play sequentially, you get into the poetic mode rather than the prosaic mode. Because same dum, dum ki ta dum, dum ki ta dum, dum ki ta dum, dum ki ta dum, the stress, and it makes the differentiator. So that is another one. Also we saw when you demarcate takkat thalong, takadimi thalong, thalong is also a 4-letter word. Though it looks only thalong, long has got 2 syllables, hidden one is there. Thalong. So that is also a 4. Takadimi, dum chapu dumki, that's also a 4-letter word. So interestingly, now you have got many 6 to 8 4-letter words. Now, each one, if you look at it as a puzzle piece, rhythm 1 piece, takadina, rhythm 2 piece, takadina in different form, tharikita, dhimikita, ketataka, thalong, takadimi, junutaka, takutiku. All these are different rhythmic pieces. Now, if I just put it like in a different way and an assorted way to you, Now it becomes a beautiful game. I want you to combine different puzzle pieces and the various combinations whichever is possible for you. If I allow you to play this game, imagine how many different pieces you will make. Kitataka talong, takadimi junutaka, tarikita kitataka, junutaka takadimi. So like this, these are samples. I want you to do homework using all these 4-syllable phrases into your puzzle games and come out with multiple combinations and see how, when you play, what is more sweeter, and in your own way you have to find and then get to this. It's going to be a very, very interesting exercise. Again, another puzzle game I'm going to introduce you is, I taught you a Gayatri mantra in Mridangam, which is takatari kitataka, which is a masterly phrase, which is how it is. This is takatari kitataka, which is an 8-syllable phrase, right? It's an 8-syllable phrase. Again, there's another phrase I taught you is nakatari taritaka. Nakatari taritaka. How you play? Tari and kita are synonyms. Nakatari taritaka is another 8-syllable phrase. Now, you have 2 8-syllable phrase. You have 6 to 8 4-syllable phrase. What I wanted to do is combine 2 4-syllable phrase and combine this with takatari kitataka. Takadimi takadimi takatari kitataka, talongu takadimi takatari kitataka, junutaka takadimi takatari kitataka, takadimi junutaka takatari kitataka, dimikita takatari kitataka, kitataka takadimi takatari kitataka. So n number of combinations. Now, initially you started the puzzle game with only the 4-piece assorted pieces. You started combining in different forms. You can combine it in a different form. That's first exercise. The second exercise what I wanted you to do is combine 2 4-pieces and combine with 1 8-piece, because 8 and 8 matches well, right? So you can combine 2 in that block, take 1 8-piece, make it a larger phrase. Similarly, you can nakatari taritaka, the hearing sound, which is how nakatari taritaka, nakatari taritaka, nakatari taritaka. Position namta kita kita taka. That is the positional way of you have to play. So you can combine with takatari kitataka or nakatari taritaka with all these 2 combined 4-syllable phrases, and you can form your own lessons. So it's not my lesson. The lessons what I taught you is now you're getting into a creative mode. I wanted you to work on this. Having said that, let me give you few more examples, few more practice sessions for using Dimikita. Dimikita you only learned a vanilla form, which is ta, ki, starting with the index finger on the right side. You start, that is Dimikita. That is Dimikita. Now I am introducing a D with an enforcement. You remember on the other day we had a combined strokes. We learned Dum and Nam together and Dum and Dim together. Tham, Dhim. Those are the 2 combined strokes you learned. Now I am going to learn one more combined stroke today, which is Dum and Ta together. You have to play together. It's not easy when you try. Something like a Nam form, when you play, that is Tham. This is Dhi. Dhi emphasizing. I put a line on the top and I will notate. I'm going to give you all the notations of all the positions, each syllable. I'm going to give you as a part of a guide. You should always refer to the guide and then refer my teaching and refer the position and then play. Look at the sound quality and then play, so you get it right from the very beginning. So Dimikita, when you play, the Ta you play with Dhum, which is Dhi, Dhi, Thi, Tha, Ki. When you play alone, it is a vanilla version. You don't get the beauty or the stress or the trigger in it. When you play with the dum, it gives a punch. So here you are playing one with the stress, one with vanilla version. When you do that, you get a different combination. Also, alternate form is also allowed. So when you start with this vanilla and then play with the stressful dimikida. This is another exercise for you where you have got introduced with dum and ta, which is a combined stroke. Now we have learnt many four-syllabled phrase. You also have learnt a takatari kitataka 8-syllabled phrase. I also taught you how you're going to play this assorted puzzle game with a 4-syllable phrase, and choose 4-syllable phrase together with takatari kitataka, nagatari taritaka. Using that you can have your own phrases, and that is the homework for you. Hope to see you in the next class with your composed lessons. Isn't this interesting? I want you to play a lot using this rhythmic puzzle pieces. Cheers. Let's end today's class with another Tirukkural, which is in praise of rain. Erin Udar Udavar Puyalgennum Vari Valangundrikkal. Let us look at the meaning of it. Mazhaiennum Varuvai Valam Kuraindal Uழுது பயிர் செய்யும் உழவர்கள் நிலத்தை ஏறால் உழமுடியாமல் துன்புறுவர். If the rain is not sufficient, the farmers are going to find it difficult to plow the land. That's what Thiruvallur says. It's very true, isn't it? So the importance of rain is so much vital for our living. So with this good note, I'm ending this class. Looking forward to see you in the next class. Come out with your own composed lessons using the puzzle pieces, rhythmic puzzle pieces.